Well, I made a short video now over the word Schadensfreude, or actually literally meaning damaged happiness in English, and the word Volkskörper, meaning folk body, seeing the body as a biological entity. Now here's the clip. Is there an English word for Schadensfreude, literally meaning damaged joy or damaged happiness? The Brazilians believe that they are a keeper of the sacred soul. They are believers in Christ. That is why Julius Caesar, during an interview, spoke of this as it was God's will. Like God or Jesus, would want to punish and humiliate Brazil in this manner. Next goal, fourth German star, victory. Well, that is the comment that I made. It was about words like Volkskörper or Schadensfreude. Words like Volkskörper or Schadensfreude, well, Volkskörper, literally meaning folk body, also don't exist in other languages. That the folk or people are one body or one biological entity. You'll see this as a body of people who all work together with their natural leaders and working as one big family unit. That is how the people should rule themselves, and not by illusory democracy that keeps the secret rules veiled, and the puppets are chosen by the people. A true democracy would always lead to a natural hierarchy. The best leader, as head of state and king, if he does his job well, then why remove him after 4 years? And these people are the natural nobility of the people. That is how I can understand the prophecies that Germany will become a new Kaiserreich, France and Poland will get a king, and we will return to a so-called parliamentary monarchy, where the people will be able to talk to the king about global and domestic affairs. Well, this also will be done about the natural nobility. We'll all talk to each other, and there will be a constant communication in between the different classes in a society. Just compare a folk body to a ship, and the ship being steered by a captain or king, and his staff, the natural nobility. Just compare it to the hierarchy of nature and animals, or compare it to gorillas, where there's one alpha silverback male and he rules over the family unit. Just compare it to us during the tribal eras of Germany, where there were local tribes of Germanics or Vandals. They were also ruled by a chieftain, and a congregation of tribes were ruled by a king, and eventually the Kaiser who ruled over all local monarchs. We are a species or race that are made to live and work together, not alone and in solitude. So we are a species that are made to live and work together, not alone and in solitude. That is why I believe in a positive monarchy with a king and queen at its top. The queen will be the natural counterpart of the king, and the queen is also very powerful. She is the best friend and partner of the king, so there's no need for feminist movements claiming more rights than men. The men and women will do their natural jobs in the new golden age. Well, just compare the human folk body as a biological entity needing practically leadership, and the intellectual elites or nobility rule over them. And it's not going to be a dictatorship or a suppression of the masses. It's going to be a natural hierarchy that is practically our natural way of living. Depending on the size of the population, you get a tribe, family unit, chieftains, local monarchs, and the larger the population actually becomes, then you have to have king over kings, and that's how an entire society is actually operated. The following video shows us a photo actually of the Tsar. Now Nicholas II of Russia, the last Tsar practically of the Russian Tsar kingdom, was Nicholas II. And as you can see in this picture, Tsar Nicholas has a very fine features. He looks really like from noble blood, like he belongs to the natural hierarchy, natural nobility. Now we are led to believe in today's society that Tsar Nicholas was a mean dictator and actually suppressed his people because of the Leibeigenschaft. I don't know the English word for it, but because people were practically servants of the Tsar and were unfree. Today we believe that we are free, but we are as hopelessly enslaved as ever before. And I believe even under his rulership, they had more freedoms than under today's Zionist-controlled governments. We don't have so many taxes. If you compare the taxes of today to back then, I'm assure you that back then there were less taxes and less laws. As you can see for yourself, the Tsar of Russia has fine features. He's a very intelligent man and is probably the natural leader of the old Russias back then. But then again, the Russian Communist Revolution was funded by Jewish bankers in New York. They wanted the Tsar gone. They instigated the Communist Revolution with New Yorker bankers' money. And they killed millions of people. The White Army against the Red Army. The Tsar wanted practically to defend this instigated revolution by the communists. And he failed, and the entire Tsar family got killed. That's what they always do. They murder the natural nobility of a people and replace it with their own secret rulership. Same in France. Same in England. Well, there's still a king in England, but you have to understand that a kingdom that respects the natural laws, the eternal laws of nature, and starts upbreeding the population. You mean the best of the best get the children of the best females, the most intelligent and most healthy and fittest females, mate with the most healthy and fittest and most intelligent men, to create practically a natural leadership. That is why you can understand monarchy being reintroduced according to these prophecies. This comes after an insight, but everybody has been prone to believe that kingdoms or Kaiser eras are all evil, where there's one king ruling over all of us and wants to kill us all off. And that is why they make you believe that it's easy for the population, with their little knowledge that they have, actually in politics, everybody just votes according to what they promises that they make, and they really believe that the people are ruling. They control the media, program the population to react in a certain fashion, and then present their puppets. And the people are actually ingrained in their beliefs that a kingdom or a dictatorship is always a dictatorship and evil. Such an example as the Third Reich. But if you know the truth about the Third Reich, you will see that good men in power can also do good things. Or Saddam Hussein. I'm not going to defend Saddam Hussein now, but there was also a propaganda machine going against Saddam Hussein and always portraying him as an evil dictator. And the solution to this all is democracy, where the Zionists and the rich Jewish bankers behind it rule in secret. And then you're ingrained with a hatred of somebody being in power, out of envy or jealousy, that he has more power over the people. But it is our natural biological state to be in a leadership type society where everybody has his responsibilities. And during the kingdoms, as an example France and even Germany during the Kaiser era, there was only a 10% tax. 1/10 of everything what you had or what you made had to be given to the local monarchs or bishops, or not bishops, well, the ones that are lower than the king, the local Fürstentümer, local, the local monarchs or local. I don't have all the words in English about the rulership in a monarchy type system. But we learned at school that this was evil, that the people were practically owned by the local landlords, and that they were being exploited. That's what we learned at school. I don't know officially, I haven't researched the truth now on Middle Age Europe, the truth on how it was back then. Maybe one day we will have books that depict this from a revisionist standpoint, and even the Zionist Jewish history intertwining it, and seeing the truth on how the kingdoms were, and if the people were actually happy or not. The Zionist Rothschild elitists are, together with their Mossad agents, are practically masters in creating false history, in creating wars and civil wars and revolutions to suit their goals, and condition us to believe that democracy, the rulership of the masses actually, over puppets, to keep them entertained actually, to keep them distracted from real power, the banks and the Rothschild cartels, And at the same time, any type of kingdom or good positive kingdom is demonized. I watched a couple of months ago again with my half sister, Sleeping Beauty, the original of Disney, where it's all painted, and it portrays a kingdom where everybody's happy. Of course, this evil witch exists, but the people were happy under the king. It's rarely that we see actually a movie, or be it now an animated movie, where a kingdom is portrayed positively. Even Game of Thrones, it's all about conspiracy and who wants to get that throne, but not about why there's a kingdom and why there's a king. Well, I got fine features. Yes, I consider myself of high intellect, of high intelligence, and because I have really fine features, also my entire ligaments are fine. I am part of the natural nobility of the German people, as an example. Now, I don't want to portray myself as future king or whatever, but that is why I chose that name, natural nobility. And I see my mother struggling in the system. She's a child and youth psychiatrist, and if she would have power, people would really be happy that she has power to make things, to change things. The pedophilia network is an example. But people with good intentions, good intelligence, who are from the natural nobility or natural hierarchy, do not have power in the society. Only all backstabbers, people that are willing to go over bodies, and people that are willing to aid these people, pedophiles, satanists, child sacrificing monsters actually, to keep them in power, people get their positions. So we're ruled by evil actually. You can only do your part and help others, help people online that are looking for the truth. One day we will live in peace, and the natural order will be restored. And I believe in that future more than in any religious belief actually. Anyhow, hope you enjoyed this video. Cheers!